I hope you're all going well. Today's video is very exciting because I'm going to my 5th overall supernova, and it is my 4th supernova where I'm lucky enough to meet someone from Doctor Who. I went to my first supernova alone in March 2021. In March 2022, I went to meet Christopher Eccleston. Back then I didn't get an autograph, which I really regret. I would have loved for him to sign a poster or my fez, but I'm still really grateful to have been able to meet him and get a photo with him. In October 2022, I went to get a photo with the iconic Alex Kingston, who has also signed my fez. And in June 2023, I got a photo with Michelle Gomez, who also signed my fez. Of course, when I met Alex Kingston, I asked for her to sign River Song's most iconic quote. Spoilers! Because for the life of me, I could not think of a favourite Missy quote. I got Michelle Gomez to sign, "Dear Cassie, let's be deliciously wicked witches and britches together. Michelle Gomez." Context for that quote is that Michelle is often described as deliciously wicked and she loves to play witches and britches. Today I'll be getting Jodie to sign my fez. I am still not completely sure whether I'd want her to sign brilliant or tag you're it or something else entirely, but I will be looking up more quotes of hers on a train trip there because I'm going to be late if I don't hurry. So the fez and the bow tie are both from eBay. I just searched up red fez and red bow tie. Just letting you know, do not try to wear a high ponytail with the fez, as I just found out the hard way, it doesn't work. This is a long sleeve white button-up shirt I got from Kmart. I think I got it for my waitressing job a year or two ago, which we're never going to talk about again, but I'm glad it comes in handy for cosplay. And this blazer is either my mum's or my dad's, I'm not completely sure, but I did borrow it for the John Wick cosplay. I don't know whose it is, but finders keepers. And to keep the outer space and time travel theme, I got these pants from Dangerfield. They're really comfy and they've also got pockets for small things such as your AirPods or a phone. For shoes, I was considering wearing my Demonias, but I decided, you know what? Let's pay tribute to the 10th Doctor by wearing some Converse. And because I love piercings way too much for mum's liking, I have 3 different earrings on. Here I have this cat on a moon, which I got from RetroStar. I actually wanted to wear this to Taylor Swift Eras concert in Sydney, but it wasn't until the day of the concert I realised I forgot to bring studs. Here we have some Dalek earrings and TARDIS earrings. I got them both from Etsy, and yeah, I love shopping from eBay and Etsy to support small creators and get really cute creations. Sorry I forgot to mention this before, but also remember to bring an empty water bottle. I do not know how much the Melbourne Showgrounds charge for a bottle of water, and I'm not about to find out. Also, just a heads up that bathroom lines can be a bit long, so as soon as you feel like you might need to go, start lining up right away. I arrived at approximately 1:15 and the seminar was at 2. The lighting up for the seminar started at 1:30, and I'm so relieved to have finished using the bathroom by then, because I ended up getting front row seats at the seminar for the first time ever. Arrive a little later than I intended to. I'm just gonna try find the building that Jodie will have her seminar in first. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just hoping that I can follow some Doctor Who cosplayers. Even though the panel started slightly later than expected, we were very lucky to have Ben Sorenson as our host. I'm not sure if his name is pronounced that way. I'm so sorry if I got it wrong. He would make really funny comments and Doctor Who references. For example, he stated that this is a theatre, not a TARDIS. It's as big on the inside as it is on the outside, so that's why we're all squished in. And here's another Doctor Who reference for you.
Just in case you missed it, fezzes are super cool.
Thank you so much. I also met a weird Barbie cosplayer when we were lining up for photos with Ben. She is so iconic. Weird Barbie was my favourite character in the Barbie movie, and this was my profile photo on social media for a while. The cosplayer did not give me a specific account tag, she just said use a hashtag for Weird Barbie. If anyone knows her, please comment so I can credit her, and if you are watching, hi Weird Barbie, I love you.
To my weird house. Hi, I'm Weird Barbie. I am in the splits. I have a funky haircut and I smell like basement.
Oh my god, I had a weird Barbie!
Yeah, you did.
You make them weird by playing too hard.
It's cool.
For those of you who may be new to Supanova, we're not allowed to record the Q&A panel, so just like my last Supanova video with River Song, I will just be sharing some of the questions she was asked and how she answered. I'm sorry, I know this is a weird way to share her questions and answers, but I am not risking a Supanova lawsuit in this economy. I was hoping to find a website that can do text-to-speech with a West Yorkshire accent, but the closest I could find was British. But please go to the comments to let me know if you prefer these voice generators or if you'd rather I narrate them myself. Using the website Narrakeet to ask Ben's questions with an Australian accent, and to type Jodie's responses with a British accent, and I'm sorry if I did not phrase everything correctly.
Amazing bundle of positive, loving, kind energy. Fiercely kind, I would even say. Please put your hands together for the 13th incarnation of the Doctor, and look, the first love of all of us, Jodie Whittaker.
One of the first things Ben stated when Jodie went on stage was that the BBC created a risk with her doctor because they did something they had never done before, to which she responded, "Women are not risks." The crowd went wild. Jodie's completely right, but it turns out that Ben was not talking about the fact that she's a woman, but the fact that she is the shortest doctor.
I heard Sylvester was very upset he lost that title. IMDb had you at 167 centimeters and Sylvester at 168 centimeters, which is about 7 ferrets and 2 Tim Tams high.
And just in case you were wondering, yes, she has tried Tim Tams.
Next, Ben asked Jodie what she liked about her Doctor and how much she was able to contribute to the writing and making of the 13th Doctor's character.
Jodie stated that the Doctor made us feel truly accepted and that differences should be celebrated. She thought it was absolutely beautiful that she could do that through stories through a screen. She also mentioned that Chris Chibnall knew her and apparently liked the fact that she had a short attention span, which worked for her Doctor.
Ben asked Jodie what it was like to go from filming something like Broadchurch then something like Doctor Who.
Jodie agreed that it was like two different ends of a spectrum. Broadchurch was a drama where you would play out someone's worst times in a naturalistic environment, whilst Doctor Who could include things such as pirates and an alien on a bike cycling to the moon. When you are given that, you are like a kid, your imagination has no limitation, you have no time period rules, you just have a character to play that is infinitely interesting. On the topic of comparing filming Doctor Who and Broadchurch, Jodie also mentioned that Doctor Who already had an established fandom, while they had to work harder to build one for a newer show like Broadchurch. Jodie also mentioned that she took inspiration from another Doctor, Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Great Scott! She loves the childlike energy in the body of a fully grown adult.
Now it was time for fan questions. The first fan asked Jodie what her favorite part of filming One Night was.
To which Jodie responded, being in the beautiful countryside with an Australian family, alongside the crew and cast, it was an amazing project to be in.
The next fan asked who Jodie's favorite Doctor is.
Jodie's favorite Doctor is Sylvester.
Next, Jodie was asked which monsters she wanted to work with.
Jodie and Mandip had always wanted to work with weeping angels. She says that no matter how old you are, these things are terrifying. There is minimal CGI, so while half of them are statues, half of them are actors. So she would get quite a fright when she forgot one was an actor and saw one move.
best you can tell this is where I swapped my Canon M50 for my crusty but trustworthy iPhone SE. Anyways, Jodie was asked about how she changes her accents for roles.
Whilst some of her lines were edited in, Jodie also worked with dialect coach Jenny Ken, who is actually from Melbourne.
Jodie was then asked whether she had much of an input in the 13th Doctor's costume.
Jodie worked with Ray Holman, who also designed the 11th Doctor's costume. They worked very closely so the costume felt like a second skin, every stitch was carefully planned out and nothing was accidental.
Not that. Yes! Now that's what I want. That's what you're going with? Yep. Got any cash? Empty pockets.
I'm going to merge two questions and answers together. This includes what one of Jodie's favorite scenes was and one of the scenes she is most proud of filming.
One of Jodie's favorite scenes to film was in the first episode, when she made a dramatically late appearance after some build-up to her character. She thought that it was very iconic to stand up to her own music. As for which scene she was the most proud of, she has not done much stunt work for her previous roles. During her first 3 days ever of filming as the Doctor, she had to jump between two cranes. She felt really proud and brave.
The next fan asked Jodie which historical figure she would like to hang out with.
Jodie misheard the fan and thought they asked which historical period she would like to go to, but I loved her answer regardless. She said that she would go to San Francisco in the 60s because she feels like her personality would fit in with the hippies in the 60s and 70s.
Jodie was then asked what the most emotionally challenging scene to film was.
Of course, it was the regeneration scene. However, she mentioned that, "You're it" was not the final line in the clips she filmed, it was only the final line in the edit. But she likes it because it feels ongoing.
The next fan asked whether Jodie was aware that a lot of neurotypical people see themselves in the 13th Doctor and asked how she felt about it.
Being the beautiful soul that she is, Jodie says that the Doctor is for everyone. It represents the beauty of our brains going in different directions, and she wants to celebrate the neurodivergent people she know and love.
Ben then jokingly asked how we can get more neurotypical people to be as fiercely kind and inclusive as her. Next, she was asked about filming the final scene with her companions in The Power of the Doctor.
Jodie revealed that it was a beautiful scene with a group of people all together, and it felt like she wasn't invited but turned up anyway to take photos with everyone like she's at a Comic-Con. It was difficult to say goodbye to Mandip because they had been together from the beginning and never took it for granted, and Yaz will always be her favorite companion.
Finally, Jodie was asked whether she would be a part of the next big anniversary or special celebration.
"I bloody better be," Jodie responded. She has not heard anything about it yet, but we all hope that she will be included.
After that lovely Q&A, it was time to head into the main building for photos and autographs with Jodie. I remember being so anxious in the line to get a photo with her. I was worried that my bow tie might be wonky or my hair might not look good, but she was so kind and reassuring, and she told me that I looked great. And despite Supanova having a sign saying not to hug guests, she actually pulled me into a hug just like Christopher Eccleston did, which felt so amazing. So I originally wanted her to write "Oh, brilliant" as a quote on my face, but it turns out we're not allowed quotes. We're only allowed to have our names written because it takes too long to do a quote and a signature. But you know what? It's still amazing. I'm still so happy with the way it turned out. I love the way she draws the cute little love hearts. After the photo and the autograph, I went to collect my poster and then continued to explore the showgrounds.